Hey, speaking of competition, I'll tell you somebody who's got some. Raphael Warnock. He's the Democrat senator in Georgia. And thank goodness he's got some competition because he needs it. I don't know why the people of Georgia would think that he is representing them very well, because if you think about some of the things that we're learning about him, it's not pretty. He happens to have ownership in a place called Columbia Towers. It's basically a tenement. He's kind of a slumlord, and there are rats, and there's black mold, and all kinds of nasty stuff. And then he evicts people from these hideous places to live. But I think that maybe what's really sad, he won't answer questions about it. Now, I'm going to play you a video, but I want you to do more than listen to the shouted out question. He and one of his aides, a female, a lady, they're walking to the car. It's raining. Watch who gets the umbrella.
Senator Warnock, what are you doing to address the situation with the mold and corpses at Columbia Towers?
He gets in the car, she walks around. Look, maybe I'm just old-fashioned, maybe it was the way I was raised, but honestly, there's no way I could have walked out of that building and I get the umbrella and there's a lady. I don't care if she's third-tier employee. You just don't do that.
Always the gentleman. I mean, seriously.
I was just stunned by the video of that. All right, because this has been controversial, you may know that Warnock is the pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. Famous church. It was once the church of Dr. Martin Luther King Sr., a very prominent church in the country, and he's the pastor of this church. I don't know how he justifies being so pro-abortion, pro-socialist. There's some things, he thinks America's a horrible country. But this is interesting. When people are pointing out about this really just horrible situation in these apartments that he has, he is able to somehow make everyone think that it's not about how the people live in those apartments. They're attacking Jesus. Watch.
I've been troubled by the folk who have the nerve and the unmitigated audacity to attack the church, to attack the Church of Jesus Christ, to attack the Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Well, quite frankly, Reverend Warnock, they weren't attacking the Church of Jesus Christ. They were not attacking the Ebenezer Baptist Church. What they were attacking was the fact that if you're going to follow Jesus Christ, you don't leave people in squalor. If you care about the poor, those who cannot take care of themselves, it's hard to do that, calling it a gospel mission, but let's throw you out because you're not paying enough, or let's leave the rats to run all over you in your apartment, or let's let there be black mold that's making you very, very ill. And somehow, if you complain about such squalor conditions, it's your fault and you're attacking the church. No, I think the church and Reverend Warnock have a responsibility to clean the place up and treat those people better. And if he treats people in his church like that, how do you think he'll treat citizens like you if you vote for him? You figure it out. And by the way, of all the things, and he's got many things that are just hard to understand, but this is one. He celebrates the Nation of Islam. That's the organization that's led by Louis Farrakhan, who is a very interesting guy. I would say it's fair to call him a true racist. Let's watch Reverend Warnock.
The Nation of Islam is significant, but its numbers don't come anywhere near the membership of our churches. Its voice has been important, and its voice has been important even for the development of black theology.
I'm not sure I would be bragging that Louis Farrakhan has helped black theology. I would say, if anything, he's perverted black theology and the notion of a one true God.
Yeah, now have you heard too also, I guess this week or this last week in Atlanta, where he was speaking that Warnock also said that God is pro-abortion? Have you heard that?
I heard that. I mean, how sick is that God is for tearing a baby literally into shreds, and that God is all for that? I'd get away from the windows if I were standing next to Reverend Warnock. But you folks in Georgia, you got a choice. Herschel Walker's on the ballot. I was with him yesterday in Atlanta, did a rally with him. I really like Herschel. He's funny, he's fun, and he's nobody's fool.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you will now. The button is just below this video, and there's a little bell next to it. If you click on those, YouTube will reluctantly start letting you know when we've got a new video uploaded.